Say hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
Hi, and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben.
And I'm Kay.
And today we're doing something a little bit different. We are talking about so that you can watch all the recent releases that have come from cinema directly to video on demand. So we're living in quite an unprecedented time. And so the cinemas and the distributors are having to figure out a way they can recoup some of their money. And so the way they've done that is to release their titles very early on demand, which means that we get to watch some of them straight away, almost immediately. So I'm going to talk about some of that you probably know, and then we're going to talk about that you probably didn't know, and then I'm going to talk about the possibilities of some that our neighbours are watching is flying away.
Yeah, it's coming over into our yard.
Sorry.
Okay.
Wow. And we're going to talk about some of the possibilities that may go to video on demand. So Onward is Pixar's recent release. It's their latest film. We went to the cinema as a family to watch this. What did you think?
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is one that made us have tears in the eyes. I think all of us at some point. We're all admitted to having the room be very stuffy and there was dust in the air for all of us. I think it meant something different to each of us, which is really nice. So, Onward is available on Disney Plus, which we don't have yet. But it is available to us in a few days. So, the UK are eagerly anticipating the release of Disney Plus, except for that one series that everybody says that that you need to watch it for, which everybody's seen for already. Somehow.
Wow.
The Hunters one that I managed to catch at the cinema.
Just before the cinema closed.
Just before the cinema catch. And if you want to see a full review for that, just check it out. It's on our channel. I thoroughly enjoyed this, so much so that I spent more money renting it for 30 hours. And now you may be going, well, you know, the amount that you pay for in the UK is $14.99, in America is $19.99. You'll be like, that's a bit expensive just to rent a film. You can buy it for that amount. But if you think about it, even though tickets here in the UK have gone cheaper, it's £5 each. So it's £5 for me, it's £5 for you. And with the parking, it's probably about £2.70. You're already on about £13 before you've bought your cheap drinks and stuff that you've snuck in, which legally you don't have to sneak in anymore,
Yay!
Which is great. Yeah, so for me, having this at home to watch, for you to control, to have with your own snacks, it's easily, if it's a very good film and you know you've enjoyed it and you want to rent it and share it with your family, it's still cheaper than, you know, if you went and took the whole family to watch something.
Yeah. And like we were saying a little bit earlier, that this is a great idea, and I don't know why they haven't done it before, where instead of going out to the cinema, you can do cinema at home and invite people over and make snacks and just have a great evening with lots of people over. But don't do that right now. You can't do that right now.
No, you're not.
Sorry.
You can't do
just
that
immediate
right
family who live in your household.
Yeah, that's not one way to self-isolate.
No, sorry. I mean, you can avoid going to the cinema, but you can't invite a whole bunch of people over to your house. That defeats the whole point.
Also, a part of that package that was recently released on rental that came straight from cinema was The Invisible Man.
Yes.
And we finally got to watch this, not one who got to see it at the cinema. What did you think about that?
We watched it last night. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It kept me questioning, kept me guessing, kept me on the edge of my seat. It was very uncomfortable. It was quite voyeuristic, and I think that's what they were going for. Hey?
Yeah, The Invisible Man is another Blumhouse film, and I'm loving what they're putting out at the moment. I think they're probably making horror accessible for a majority. So it's not always the supernatural stuff, it's not always one genre, but what they do is crafted in such a way that I feel like everybody can enjoy horror in some way. We saw a few of theirs recently. Us was one of them, which I think is fantastic, great storytelling. This one, for me, particularly the camera work, the way the camera, like you're talking about voyeuristic, the way the camera looks one way, but there's nothing there, and you're freaking out, you're going, what the hell are you looking at? And then it goes back to the character, and you're still worried about what the camera was looking at.
Yeah.
Genius storytelling.
Very, very good.
Very worth every penny, even just to rent it for now.
Yeah.
The other one is Emma. That's available. You'll see it on your dashboards wherever you're watching streaming service content, video on demand. It'll pop up. It's a retelling. Obviously, Emma's been done before.
Yeah.
Did you see the
Is it
original?
Jane Austen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Do you like that one?
Yeah, it was fine.
So this is a retelling. It's a reimagining. So slightly different. But as far as I can tell, everybody that I know that has seen it says it's amazing. I'm hoping that we'll get to watch it. Period pieces aren't my favorite thing to watch.
No, mine neither.
And so I do wonder if this is the same thing. It has quite a niche demographic. And I do wonder if this one's going to suffer a little bit for being on rental rather than just being able to buy and keep. Because I imagine that the niche, because I know, like my sister, she'll love period pieces and she would buy this and watch it. On February the 14th, Sonic came out on the cinemas. And this one already had like quite a struggled past because of those trailers, the initial trailers that everybody, the entire internet broke and went, what the hell is that thing? That's not my Sonic. And then they fixed it. And then we all went, oh, okay.
It's not so bad.
Yeah. And then the film, which I've reviewed, you can check out the trailer somewhere. I'll put a link. I keep looking in directions. I'm hoping that I have put a link because otherwise I'm just doing this.
Yeah, well, it's possible.
But on the 31st of March, Sonic is coming to directed VOD, and that's been brought forward quite quickly. Normally you have to wait about 4 to 6 months, and this is like a month. And I think that's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I think Jim Carrey for me is the strongest thing about this film. I loved him as Dr. Eggman, and I thought Sonic was pretty cool as well.
So Birds of Prey was very recently released at the cinema, and if you didn't get to check that out, you will be able to now. It's coming out on the 24th of March. So
that's another very quick release.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically a Harley Quinn movie more than a Birds of Prey movie.
Definitely.
It's not my favorite of the DC films. I think it's better than Suicide Squad. Very strong character for Harley Quinn, and I think Harley Quinn was the best thing. I liked Ewan McGregor in this. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
And then I really wanted the story of Huntress. I thought the Huntress storyline. I was like, oh, go there. I wanted to tell me about that. Needless to say, I think this will do. You were talking about this.
Yeah. I think this will do really well to rent at home, and like we said, you know, like maybe get some alcohol in, and some snacks, and just enjoy.
Drink responsibly, kids.
Oh, of course, not kids. No, over 21s, responsible adults drinking responsibly, but having fun watching.
It is a fun film. If you don't take it seriously and don't want Oscar-worthy content, just enjoy it for what it is. Bones breaking, good fight sequences, very vibrant in color.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna love it. That's what it says on the trailer, you know, and that's what you get. Okay, The Way Back.
Who were you smooching at?
Ben Affleck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The Way Back. Apparently, according to one of my favorite reviewers on YouTube, The Way Back is Ben Affleck's comeback. It's
good.
the best acting he's ever done, and that's by Chris Stuckman.
Wow.
So The Way Back is basically, it follows the typical trope sports movie. So it does the hero, the zero to hero thing with the coach who's gone through some trauma, and the team who are not, you know, good. It's basketball. It's that kind of formula, but apparently it's actually excellently crafted, and Ben Affleck acts the shit out of it. March 24th.
Hey, so lots of stuff coming out this week.
Yeah, and that's literally been at the cinema like before everything closed. You know, The Way Back was there. And it's very sad because some of these would have done very well. They would have had maybe an indie audience for The Way Back, and people would have seen Ben Affleck going, yeah, damn, Ben Affleck's back. I'm hoping that some of these will be rented. Not all of these are the renting types. Some of them are going to be able to buy, like the next one on our title, Bloodshot. Do you know about Bloodshot?
I do not.
Vin Diesel.
What?
Yeah.
Hang on, I think I might have seen a trailer.
Yes, you have.
Oh dear.
It's over the top, ridiculous action. When you see a Vin Diesel in an action title, you know what you're going to get. Okay? I personally think this is another one that's going to do very well at home, because you know what you're going to get. It's going to be that cheesy action fest.
Like Triple X?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's in that world. Unfortunately, some of the fans that are close to the title, because it's based on previous content, are upset because they haven't kept to it. But I've seen people that have come out of this film and just raved about it because they knew what they were, you know, it's like, this is going to be ridiculous. It's not going to make any sense. The story's not going to be very good. The CGI is probably going to be crappy in moments, but it's going to be so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a guilty pleasure, I think.
Yeah.
So people will buy this and it will do well in VOD. So The Gentleman is also coming out around about the same time. This is Guy Ritchie back to form. It's got an amazing cast. If you like Guy Ritchie content, which is one of your favorite Guy Ritchie films?
Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah,
I think.
that's normally one people go with, like Guy Ritchie. Oh yeah, he's that guy that did Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah, I don't really know anything else that he's done except Layer Cake
and Snatch.
Okay, well there we go.
Yeah. I say back to form because he recently did a King Arthur film that a lot of people didn't like. I personally loved that film.
Yeah, we liked it.
I really enjoyed it. But he's back on form. He's doing what he does. He doesn't do anything new, but it's very good. So if you like Guy Ritchie, Gentleman, go and check it out. So I Still Believe came out on the 13th of March here in the UK, probably worldwide. It's coming to VOD on the 27th of March, and this is what it's about.
Okay. I Still Believe centres on a young couple's remarkable journey that proves hope can survive great tragedy and that love tested is the only love worth sharing.
So that's I Still Believe. It's a great title for now. I feel like love is a good subject matter for us to be having in the comfort of our home. So Trolls World Tour is next, and this one's interesting because this is actually the first one that hasn't gone to the cinema.
Yeah.
But is coming directly to VOD. And I think it's a good thing because I personally don't think there was a huge audience for this. People liked the first one, but there were going to be other titles out at the same time if the cinemas were open, and I don't know how well this would have done. There is a niche audience for this, young kids.
Anyone with kids.
But I did enjoy it. I thought it was quite fun.
It was quite fun.
Yeah. It's not one of the best I've ever seen, but I do like some of the... And I think Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick were excellent together, and so they're back doing what they do. April 10th, that's when it's coming out, so we've got a little wait for that, but that's been brought forward a lot, and it's the first one that really shows that what's happening in our times now. The next one, I've never even heard of. Arkansas.
Arkansas?
Arkansas.
Arkansas? I have no idea, but I think it's Arkansas.
Yeah, I think it's Arkansas.
Okay.
Lionsgate will release Arkansas straight to VOD on the 1st of May. It's a crime thriller featuring an impressive cast. Liam Hemsworth, Michael Kenneth Williams, John Malkovich, Vince Vaughn. Here's how the studio describes it. Kyle and Swin live by the orders of an Arkansas-based drug kingpin named Frog, whom they never meet. Posing as park rangers by day, they operate as low-level drug couriers by night under the watchful eye of Frog's proxies. However, after one too many in-depth decisions, Kyle and Swin find themselves directly in Frog's crosshairs, who mistakenly sees them as a threat to his empire.
Ooh.
That actually sounds really interesting. It's one that I'd never even heard of, but now that it's coming to, I was going to say visual OD. What's visual OD?
What we do every day.
OD visually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's come to VOD. I'm going to check it out. Another one that I wanted to see that I didn't get to see at the cinema, Just Mercy. That stars Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan, and it's coming out on March 24th, so next week.
Next week. It's a big week next.
Synopsis. Well-renowned civil rights defense attorney Brian Stevenson works to free a wrongly condemned death row prisoner. A powerful and thought-provoking true story. Now's the part of the show where we talk about Disney. Disney, who own everything. So here is where we talk about rumors and potential things that might be coming to Disney Plus, because they own just about a percentage of the world's population and its visual storytelling.
They own a percentage of the world's population?
Yeah, with everybody they employ, all the companies they own around the world.
Okay.
I'm sure they do.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, you've seen Rise of the Skywalker being brought forward a few days on its release, so that, I believe, is out now. We've also seen Frozen 2 just been dropped on their platform, which also has been brought forward. So they're just like... Because, particularly with Frozen 2, because people are at home for families, they wanted something that families could watch, so we have Frozen 2. So here's where the rumors come in. Mulan was due for release pretty soon, I think in March. And now, they initially said, no, we're not going to do that, this is a film's film.
Yeah.
You know, it's their adaptation,
push it back
it's
to September
big.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now there are some rumors saying that this might be a title that works really well on demand, and because we no longer know how long we're going to be in this dark time, they may well put this, and so this is really going into could we get the first massively big budget Disney film on visual on demand? I think it will do very well if it does, because everybody will want to see it. And with that price, you know, I'm hoping that it makes its money back at least. Another one they're talking about is Black Widow. That's a Marvel one.
Yeah.
Well, because I know that I will definitely rent that because I'm a Marvel fan. And so, yeah.
This is going to be a very expensive time. I could limit you when you were going to the cinema. I can't limit you in the comfort of your own living room.
Oh, yes. But now we also have a few other titles. There's Antlers, the horror that everybody wants to watch, but they're not sure whether they're going to have that because Disney doesn't really have a place to put its really adult horrors yet. So they may have to create an add-on for their Disney Plus package. You know, like this is the horror section, which may well happen. And if I were them and I like money and they do, so they'll probably do that.
Yeah. I really thought when you were doing that, now is the time, now is the part of the show, I thought you were going to do silly songs with Larry.
Now's the time for silly songs with Larry.
Oh, where is my hairbrush?
Where is my hairbrush?
And lastly, and I think that would be really dumb not to do this, the New Mutants. This poor film has been in limbo for more than a year. It's been pushed back, and you know, it went from being Fox's film to Disney's film, and then they had to reshoot a whole bunch of it. And the actors never knew when this was going to come out, and they'd already done all they needed to do for it. And now, because it had a proper, finally getting it released, and then this happened to the world, it needs to be dropped on Disney. If there's one film that they could do this and maybe add to their horror section as the first X-Men horror film, unless they've re-edited to be a comedy, and this stage, who knows what they've done with the film.
Yeah, who knows?
It would be very interesting to see how well this one would do on the Disney service. So that's kind of our wrap up. There's a lot there to watch, as you can see. I would expect a lot more to be coming, even series that perhaps maybe were out a long way.
I got news.
Oh, have you got news?
Yeah, BBC. Only applies really to people who can access the BBC, but there you go. The Mallory Towers new modern adaptation series is being brought forward as well, so that children who are stuck at home have something wholesome to watch. And it's going to be centered around like overcoming adversity and, you know, all of that sort of stuff. So I think that's going to be a really good one to watch as well.
I imagine it will be on BBC America as well.
I hope so.
Hopefully most people around the world will be able to get that content. Let us know in the comments below which titles you would like to see go to video on demand. If there were a few films that perhaps pushed back that you think they could bring forward that maybe would do well. Do you think this is a good idea, or do you think they should just wait and push those titles further back until we are clear of the coronavirus? The coronavirus? Yeah. Let us know if you enjoyed this. I hope this helped you somehow if you were looking for titles to watch. You know, we're always chucking out content, so do check out our content for series reviews, for video reviews, for fun reviews, and there's also stuff on our if you want to join as a member, we've got funny things, the stuff that doesn't make it into the videos, and also short stories, short films, and just silly times with Larry. Thanks so much for watching this. Do chat to us in the comments below, but most of all, until next time, remember,
live long Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Live long Tuesday.
Live long Tuesday.